Hey folks, man, we got a new microphone, which is really cool because we started watching back each other's videos, and it's really bizarre, but whoa. I'm having a real time with, I think I'm fusing a bit, because I'm not trying to, like I'm not working on that in my subsystem, but I've had a really intense night journaling today and talking with one of our friends, and then suddenly my voice changed, and it got like denser, and it was kind of weird. And then I just blanked my sentence halfway through saying it. Oh yeah, it's really cool watching back our videos now because we didn't used to be able to do that. I think because it used to feel like it wasn't. I don't know, we used to cringe a lot, but I think the cringe now is because we didn't really have a good sense of who we were as people, and a lot of us had spent our lives people pleasing, so we kind of saw that in the videos we made. Like, we were just trying to be likable and non-antagonistic, and there wasn't really a lot of ourselves left because we didn't really know what that looked like. But now we just do what feels right and what feels genuine and authentic, and I can really see the difference in our videos. So now they're kind of fun to watch back, and it's nice, and we enjoy it. But we noticed that it's really quiet. We have to turn the volume up a load. So we bought a new mic. It's kind of cheap because we're broke, so I'm hoping that it picks up the sound okay. We tested it a little bit, and it seems alright. This camera's at a really weird angle. Looks like I'm looking off into the screen when I'm looking at us. That's really weird as well. That's really bizarre. Maybe that's what I was going for. Like, seeing this body's face and seeing Kairi's face move when I talk. That's so weird. Oh. It's a little off-putting.
I'd say sorry, but
Yeah, no, it's not your fault. It's nothing bad, it's just really weird. Hmm. And your makeup and Valentine's makeup on my face? Oh, that's kind of strange. So I gotta learn about this new microphone. And I kind of don't know how close I gotta be, or how loud I gotta get, or like how far it picks stuff up from. I really hope I don't have to be like right next to it like here, because if I have to be like right next to it like here, that'd make it really hard to talk all the time. I'm kind of hoping this works. It says it should pick up noise from around. I think it picks it up better than the phone anyway. It does in the test runs. I'm really tired today. And we got therapy tomorrow. Like, we got therapy tomorrow at, it's like 10. Oh yeah, like 10. And it's kind of around midnight right now. So, we want to be able to get to sleep, but because we know we got to be up in the morning, because We were just kind of wired from the night anyway. It's super, super hard to sleep. I just feel kind of like adrenalined up and really exhausted at the same time. Feel like my brain is just buzzing. And that thing my voice did a few minutes ago was really weird. Because it wasn't just my voice, it was like my voice got clearer to me and it got kind of louder and fuller. And then I got really sad because I don't want to fuse. I mean, if other parts of me in my subsystem wanna, I'm not gonna be resistant if it's what's best for me. But it makes me sad because I want to be a kid still. I like being a kid still. And some parts in my subsystem are older. I only go up to 15. But I like being younger and being able to just play and not have to worry about stuff. And it feels like if I fuse, I gotta accept being older. And then I gotta deal with stuff.
You might not. We don't really know, but like it's kind of really hard to predict what's going to change in a fusion in my experience. And also, I I either had some control or I had the illusion of control. Like, I know the part of me that was 16, like, I wanted to be the kind of the container, the vessel, the host of my subsystem, and then the part that kind of took the outside while other parts fused in. It's weird to explain. And now I'm just thinking about it and wondering if that really was because like I wanted that and I chose that and that seems to work. And that seemed to be the only thing that would work because like there was a few months where we were kind of rotating around and I was like blanking time and coming back in and it was a bit like a revolving door with loads of parts of me. And it kind of felt like we were all trying to work out who could be the subsystem host or the vessel that would get merged with and portray and absorb and like um yeah, every other part of me. And it never worked with any other part of me in the front of my subsystem. It only worked with me. And I thought that was because I chose it and maybe I had some degree of choice, but now I'm wondering if maybe it's the other way around, like maybe I chose that and wanted that because we subconsciously knew it had to be that and that could be the only way it worked. I don't really know how much choice we have in this, I guess, and how much control we have over it. Uh, uh, but it's not definite that you'd get older in a fusion, I don't think. You always have. Well, that was part of me being like on the outside, taking the um external role or the host role, you know, like um I'm 16, so it was part of it that every time a part of me wanted to fuse, we'd have the conversation of like that would be one of the things we'd be like, this doesn't change if you're coming into this fusion. Totally welcome and totally welcome not to. By the way, I'm 16. You'll become 16. Like that's just what seems to be happening. That's like an intractable bit that doesn't change, and so far still hasn't. Not to say it won't one day. Like maybe at some point with some fusion it will change. Um, for now, that has just been the case. But I still have some days and some moments where I feel like I'm still me, but I feel 12, or I feel 14. It's happened a couple of times.
Do you like? Do you feel the other ages that have fused with you? Do you still have times where you feel 10 and 11 and 8 and 6?
Not exactly. I would, and yeah, but no. I would say I strongly remember the feeling of being those ages kind of all the time. I'm very connected to how I was at those ages constantly. Um, I have more of a sense of playfulness and curiosity. Actually, it's been really helpful for a lot of the stuff you need for healing. Um, I feel like those parts of myself, like I remember being that age, remember who I was then. I feel like me of those ages, but kind of all at the same time. And like we suddenly became 16. So I feel like I am 16 in terms of age, but those versions of me that I felt at that time frame, those time frames when we happen to be those ages, kind of feel all at once within me, and just we all feel 16. And I feel like I, instead of we, although some parts are still loading in and integrating slowly, so like, and I think there's more memories and things that I need to integrate from some ages for them to fully fuse with me. So there's the occasional moment where I more definitely feel like a different age. I think that's what happens when I feel like a different age. Like there's a slight divide then, but usually yeah no I feel 16 and I feel like I was when I was those ages, but 16 in terms of how old I feel. But the feeling of being those ages, I feel constantly mixed with an overtone of those parts of me having become 16.
Do you miss being a kid?
Yes, and I don't yearn for it. I did earlier today. I had like a whole moment of like splitting from the fusion at 6 and being like, that's it, I'm done. I don't want to be an adult. I don't want to deal with shit. I just want to be a kid. And Valentine was just like, yeah, that's fair. Mood. You can just be a kid. We'll take care of you. It's fine. And um, I kind of was like, I just want to have no responsibilities. I just want to play. I'm getting a lot of parts of me saying they still feel that way. I still feel that way in a lot of parts. And that's why I haven't fully fused yet with all ages. And that's fine. That's fair and that's mood. Yes. And you'll absolutely all parts of me will be taken care of and allowed absolutely to be whatever age you're comfortable with for as long as you like. Totally safe. never any pressure to fuse. And the part of me that was 6 was like, there's there's aspects to being older that I really like. The way my mind works, the way I feel capable, the the way I feel playful and explore the world and adventure doesn't stop like I thought it did. Looking at older parts of me because we'd been disconnected from those younger parts of us. Um, but actually, with me in the fusion and that disconnect bridged a little, it doesn't stop, and I get a good sense of how to play and how to explore and how to have adventures, how to be curious, how to exist in a way that I find really fun and comfortable. And I also get all the assets of the other parts of me in this fusion. I get to find fun and joy and play in areas that I didn't know I'd find it, and in things and aspects and activities that I didn't think would be fun when I was younger. Like organizing desk drawers and spice shelves and shit. Like, I would never have believed that could feel fun, but it does. And ordering online shops and like adding substitutions and seeing what wacky shit they bring us if they're out of something with Ryan. Doing loads of mundane shit with Ryan, so it's like adventure. Having conversations with people in this system. Learning how to be embodied. Learning how to skateboard. I know, but that's legit fun. Like, that's not going to shock anyone. But, you know, there's things that I wouldn't have pegged as fun that are fun. That we all kind of need each other to access. And there's a there is an element that I feel slightly that I don't really know if it's right or not. I feel an element of responsibility, but not in the depressing sort of overbearing way we've usually felt it. Just in that other parts of me kind of need me. We kind of need the younger parts of us to have access to those pathways and to have that kind of vividness and spontaneity, I think. And I don't think the other parts of me that are older can see what I can see when we're all this shaped together and can have as much fun without me. I can still speak from various parts of me, even though I'm all parts, like a slight rotation, even though all parts of me are present and speaking. But so you know that stuff for me it's a bit bittersweet, and it outweighs the the grief of not being young anymore. I like the clarity that I can have fun with and the meaning that I can indulge in adventures in. It's sort of everywhere and sort of unexpected, and I find magic in really unexpected places. And I always found magic when I was a kid, but it's different. I can engage with the world around me and find magic and spontaneity and fun and adventure in it. I can bring those things to the world we live in now. And when I was young, it's kind of like I was a bit distant uh, from the world around us. I had magic and fun and spontaneity, but in creating my own world and being in that, and I couldn't really engage with or apply it to the world around us. It lost a layer of reality to gain a sense of adventure for me. And I can have both at once in this fusion, and for me, that's worth it. Do I miss being a kid? Shit, yeah. Not enough to say it's not. Not enough to have stayed split. This is the thing. This is why I was like, okay, confused again. Sort of sulkily. Um, but yeah, I miss it. There's grief. There's yeah, there's grief about a lot of ways that, because I think that's kind of one of the things that fusing means. At least for me, it's seeing that and accepting growing up, accepting that there were some elements of childhood we didn't get to have, some that were irreparably taken, and I think that the fucking magic of DID is that we actually do get to re-experience childhood now, and I had a long time of that before entering this fusion. I had like 1 week where I ate nothing but ice cream and played video games, and like, you know, I don't think there is one set path. I think that whatever feels right for the individual is right, and I think that it's going to involve grief inevitably to accept no longer being young. I think it's going to involve grieving parts of childhood that we lost, missed out on, never had, and should have had. And I think that it's totally your choice when and if you want to do that. You can't. One thing I can tell you is that you can't fuse. Like, I can't fuse unless I'm game for it. It can happen surprisingly. I can not see it coming and be like, whoa, what the fuck's going on? And then realize it's happening. But if at any point I've gone, oh no, I really definitely don't want this to happen, just immediately throw me out of it. So I think there's an element of control there.
Do you think? Do you think I can choose to be young and still fuse? Like if the part of me that stays, that was host, my subsystem didn't really have a host. I just changed so wildly, and like, there's only a couple of ages that I've got really bad amnesia around, so I couldn't. I just thought I was age sliding for ages, and I couldn't really tell. And I can't really tell. Still, I know that I feel older or younger, and I know that I have the feeling that I'm in a certain age or stuff because I'll be like, oh, I feel like when we were visiting Marina in London and we were playing with Digimon on the floorboards and racing them together, or oh, I feel like we were in France and spending all day outside in the garden creating model worlds in the brick walls with Pokemon and dragons. And I can kind of work out the ages from the memories I got. I don't have the memories of the past. That I guess I only have like those set time periods of memories, but like even if I've changed ages a load today, you can see just in the journal entries because my handwriting changes a massive amount, but I still remember everything I wrote in the journal today. Like I but while I was writing in the journal, I'd only remember like having been through some of our memories from childhood or growing up. But I remember everything I'm doing now, mostly between most parts of me, without like losing and missing time. I think, unless I'm just really amnesic of the amnesia, And I've watched that happen to you a lot, so I guess I can't rule anything out.
Yeah, that is a serious thing.
I'm really spaced out and I'm so tired. I felt I felt really overwhelmed for a second.
Do you want to wash the makeup off and put on clothes you're more comfy with?
No, it won't make as much of a difference to me as you feeling good about the clothes we've got on, where it's like I get a little bit of feeling good from you, so or like that you're feeling good bleeds into me, or like you're more grounding next to me. You being regulated in how good you feel about how we look helps more than it would for me to like how I look. I'm so tired, but my brain is spinning so I can't sleep.
Struggle. Well, hey, don't worry about don't worry about how much sleep you get or not. We'll make therapy no matter what time we go to sleep. We always do. If we don't have a lot of sleep, that's okay. We're going through an intensive time. One of us, me and Val, will make therapy, so don't even worry about that. Just, you know, do whatever you gotta do to feel okay now, and don't have the pressure of, oh, we gotta sleep or something like that, because
Thanks, you're great. That took a load of pressure off. Oh man, these yawns are violent.
I know. I know. I swear fusion yawning is a thing.
I feel it. This video is getting up to our limits, so I'm gonna stop it and start another one.
Very fair.
Ah, it's too far away.